Hello and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play with Scrap Rabbit Gaming. Please forgive the poor quality of my equipment. Hopefully it'll improve in time. We'll see. Today I'll be playing Shadowrun Dragonfall. This is the second game of the Shadowrun Return series from Harebrained Studios. And I gotta say, I played the first one and I absolutely loved it. I'm a huge fan of turn-based tactics games in general, and the Shadowrun universe is one I absolutely love. It has a real gritty cyberpunk urban fantasy feel to it. I highly suggest, if you're a fan of sword and sorcery and cyberpunk, if you're a fan of both those things, get into Shadowrun. It's been going on forever, so there's a lot to delve into. Might want to avoid the Xbox game though. Wasn't the best. Anyways, so I have not played this one yet though, so this will be a new experience, and let's see how it goes. Alright. Right, let's kick open a new game, which I haven't gotten any of the user-generated content, which was huge in the first game. In fact, after I'm done with this, if you'd like, I can actually play through some of the user-generated content from the first game, which sounds like a lot of fun to me, actually. And maybe find some user-generated content for this one? Maybe move on to it again? I don't know. So, the year is 2054. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the Flux State, a grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the great dragon, Lofweir, only has so much sway in the constantly evolving power structure of Berlin, the perfect place for a savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. If only it were that simple. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Let's play hard. Yeah. Basically, this is the experience points of the game. It's actually a pretty sweet system. It's really based upon, like, you know, your base ones are based upon your race, and there's limits based upon race. Like, I can only go so far because I'm a troll. So I have some karma to spend. I could just increase my body up, but I'm really going to want to do ranged combat. Shotgun and rifle. Name my character. Scrap Rabbit. That's me. Life was good. Easy jobs, regular pay, reliable crew, but things went south when you had to drop off the grid. Put a bullet in the past and start fresh somewhere new. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the flux state, a grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the great dragon Luftwehr only has so much sway in this constantly evolving power structure of Berlin. Luftwehr? It's probably like Luftwehr? It's probably German. Luftwehr? Luftwehr. That sounds about right. Luftwehr. Perfect place for a savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. And, as luck would have it, home to your old partner in crime, Monica Schaffer. 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 It's your third run with Monica and her team. An old castle will hold fast, 1 hour east of Berlin, perched on a hill overlooking the countryside. The job is a standard smash and grab. Crack the vault, grab the data, get out in one piece. A mediocre payday, but work is work. As the team gathers for Monica's pre-run briefing, you pause to take in your surroundings. Shit's gonna go down. Just checking the time. The estate grounds are silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. Your team gathers near a side entrance to the old castle holdfast, cloaked in darkness. The night is peaceful. God, the graphics are so pretty. I mean, that they were good in the first one, but they weren't this good. And I mean, the graphics don't have to be fantastic in a game like this, so whatevs. I probably just have a pistol. It looks like I just have a pistol. I should have picked pistol. You know it won't last. You know it for what it is, a pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. Listen up, folks. Monica Schaffer. You ran with her back in the day. Watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader. And a Drek hot decker to boot. Drek is shit in Shadowrun slang, and decker is hacker. Because they use decks, which are basically like really fancy laptops. Run a tight timetable. I want to enter this estate, find the basement, open the data vault, extract the files, and bolt. 10 minutes, top to bottom. Trying to get home in time for worm talk, love. Dietrich, shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. Yeah, like, magic is real in this game. Like, he's a shaman. He literally casts magic. It's pretty fucking awesome. Monica's eyes twinkle with mischief. Maybe. How many times have I told you? You can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth. That trid trash will rot your brain. Trid, or Tri-V, is their television. She grins. It's educational. Besides, this should be a milk run. Security is supposed to be light. A few automatic weapons, no armor. With a little luck, they'll never know we're here. Ooh, I get to say something. I'll watch your back all the same. Monica's smile returns, more wistful this time. The moonlight catches her face at a strange angle. Just like old times, eh, Scrap Rabbit? Milk run or not, we should be careful. Glory, razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral, her expression placid. Okay, I totally got her voice wrong. They may not be private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. You people need to relax. We're professionals, remember? Monica raises her arm and speaks into her wrist-mounted comlink. A darkened face shimmers on the view screens. Edgar, are you in position? The comlink crackles, and the response comes back, low and soft, softer than you expect from a troll. Affirmative. The alarm lines have been cut, and I have a clear line of fire on the estate service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. I like him. Definitely breaks with the troll brute trope. Excellent. Thank you, Edgar. Just doing my job. Edgar out. The comlink goes dark. Monica winks at you as she drops her arm. See? We're professionals. Alright, people. Enough chatter. Our client wants the data from the vault, so we get him the data from the vault. Quick, quiet, and quick. You said quick twice. She grins. Worm talk is on tonight. Glory raises an eyebrow, slightly. I told you. It's educational. Okay, I get to pick my shit. Grab a weapon. Grab the rifle. AK-97. Not the best rifle in the world, but it'll do. The rest of your kit. Frag grenade, basic med kit, and a trauma kit. It'll do. Ah! 1,250 new yen, which is the currency of the game. Ooh, I wonder what's over here. Nothing. I was playing in the trash. Okay. Opens the door. That says so. The complete skeleton of a theropod dinosaur. It appears to be genuine. Variety of remarkably well-preserved Slavic artifacts. Oh shit, is it enough? Are we writing Elf? The vase in the case looks both very old and very valuable. Fine scrollwork of lapis and gold leaf decorates the exterior, and the interior shimmers with the organic beauty of albino shell. Your fixer could probably move this thing in a heartbeat. You can't help but notice that the glass encasing it looks awfully flimsy. Ooh. That screams trap to me. Oh. Oh, but I want the money. The cask in this display case is decorated with inlaid panels of ivory scrimshaw. It should be to the north. Okay, I am going to duck behind here for cover. that is so much better of a rifle. Messy. Oh, that's a lot more of them. Okay. Oh. Oh. For right now, you're gonna move here. Oh, that's less than good. No, I can't overwatch. What do you want, cat? Middle of something, cat. Well, it's good to know that they're as terrible as I am at their job. Okay, so they keep funneling through here. Could summon a spirit. But I'd have to get over there. So no. I'm gonna keep him here. Some increased accuracy, decreased damage received. It is really good to know that they're as inept as I am. Jesus. Can you? No, can't do a big AoE. Okay. God, I'm dumb. What the? What the shit, dude? That was totally. Just what the hell? Just not cool, dude. Not what I meant to do at all. Could I have fucked that up any worse? Like, Jesus! I am so pro. I'm so good at video games. So far, so good. If your skirmish with security set off any alarms, you don't hear them. Monica leads the rest of the team downward, into the basement of Harfield Manor. Your payday is waiting. The data vault lies ahead. Dietrich eyes the door, then turns to Monica. It's a big frickin' vault, Liebchen. Bigger than on the schematic. The schematic didn't have a date. Our client may have old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. The data we're looking for should just be on the other side of this door. Monica combs a hand through her hair, parting it to reveal the black plastic sheath of her data jack. A quick jaunt into the matrix, a little digital hand waving, and I'll have this thing wide open. Be right back. Burst of static crackles through the tiny speakers on Monica's comlink. Edgar, still in position outside the estate. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you're jacked in? Monica rolls her eyes. Dietrich fixes his stare intently at the vault door. Gloria looks cold and distant, just as she always does. We've been through this before, Edgar. You are not in the KSK anymore, and that chain of command nonsense doesn't fly in the shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us, the same principles that apply to the flux state. Please, spare me the lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. She's a neo-anarchist. Best get used to it, Igor, love. She sighs. Oh, it's a she. Look, it's a simple question. Years of experience tell me that it needs an answer. To be completely honest, I agree with Igor. Something very terrible is about to happen to Monica. I know this right now. That may be how your mystical flux state works, but in the field, that kind of thinking gets you killed. Come on, Monica. Put someone in charge, and let's get on with the mission. Monica stares at the screen on her wrist for a moment, clearly irritated. And a twinkle appears in her eye again. She smiles at you as she speaks into her comlink. Very well, we'll do this Igor's way. When I'm jacked in, Scrap Rabbit is in charge. There's a pause, then Igor's voice crackles out the comlink. Scrap Rabbit, did I hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command. Not gonna egg Igor on. But I'm no rookie. This is ridiculous. I know that this is a joke to you, Monica, but I'm telling you. Igor, Monica's tone is all business. Evidently, she's heard enough. The decision's made. You have your answer. Acknowledged. Without another word, Igor's image flickers and fades from Monica's communicator. Sorry about that. Igor can be inflexible, the legacy of a long military career, but she knows what she's doing, and she means well. Monica's eyes narrow. There's a thin line between concern and insubordination. You let me know if she crosses it. Okay, enough chatter. Let's get this done. Monica turns towards the door, fingers poised on the controls of her cyberdeck, and glances back at you with a grin. See you on the other side. She then punches it, projecting her consciousness into cyberspace, her fingers harmonizing in the smooth, rhythmic staccato that only an expert decker can achieve. Called it! Fucking called it! Without warning, Monica's back arches violently, and her head jerks back, silencing her terrible screams. Muscle spasms ripple through her face, and her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying from between her teeth. You look down to see a nub of pink flesh hit the door, the tip of her tongue. The room explodes into action. Glory leaps towards Monica, her hand outstretched to yank the cord from her data jack. Dietrich surges forward to wrap the team's fallen decker in a bear hug, holding her against the convulsions that wreck her body. With Monica's unearthly scream still ringing sharply in her head, you are only dimly aware of the door slamming shut behind you. While Glory holds Monica's head steady, you snatch the cord that connects Monica's data jack to her cyberdeck. Without a moment's hesitation, you give a solid yank and the cord comes free. A wisp of oily blue smoke traces its way from her deck to the ceiling. From her data jack to the ceiling. Jesus. She must have tripped some black ice. Ice being intrusion countermeasures, which are programs in the Matrix, which is basically the internet. But there is a lot of lore. Okay, I'll try to guide you through. So, the Matrix is sort of like a very beefed up version of the internet, and Deckers basically plug their brain into it. It's pretty awesome. Well, Deckers are also hackers, so they go where they're not supposed to. And programs called intrusion countermeasures, or IC or ICE, like to stop them. And the worst of all are the black ice, who can send biofeedback back through the deck into the body, causing this. Real nasty stuff. The commingled scents of charred meat and ozone fill the air. We've seen the effects of biofeedback before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face, and blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscles of her jaw tensing, and the look of concentration in her eyes. She's struggling to speak. Oh, don't have biotech. Oh, why am I playing a grunt and not a scientist? Oh, because I wanted to be an ass kicker. Save your breath. Gloria's voice is strained. She's had a stroke. A bad one. She'll be dead before we're even back in the van. I know what I'm going to do. Dietrich leans in close, his nose hovering inches away from Monica's. His voice is soft, almost a whisper. Liebchen, it's Dietrich. Tell me what did this to you. Slowly, painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open. The blood welled up in her mouth comes pouring out in a slick, covering her chest. She expels a thick, guttural sound that might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shape she needs. Fear. With an effort, Monica opens her eyes again and meets yours. You see pain and fear in her gaze. Something else? Hope? Fjord. Schwingy. Ooh. A sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts, then her chin drops to her chest, and her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fix on an object in the next room. A computer terminal. The soft light of a cursor blinks on a recessed screen. Slowly she attempts to speak again, but the only sound that emerges is a long, strangled croak. A look of resignation washes over Monica's face, and she stops fighting. Her gore-slick jaw goes slack, and she dies. Well, I'm really fucked up. I wonder if there's a way. Let's force them to come to me. Cpos, building maintenance software, line interface, internal memory, checksum invalid. Scrap rabbit, scrap rabbit, scrap rabbit, scrap. What? Dietrich scans the room nervously. They've sealed the doors behind us. We've got to find a way out of here. What are you doing? Well, any ideas? Someone tells me you're going to have more company soon. Stay frosty, Dietrich. Just give me a minute. The text continues to scroll down the terminal screen. The problem has been detected with a core component. Suppose. Yes or no. Warning. Restore process will take several minutes to execute. Connected doors and peripherals will be disarmed when complete. Scrap rabbit, scrap rabbit, scrap rabbit. Hit the Y key. numbers. You watch the numbers on the screen slowly begin to climb. It's going to take a while. You glance down the second screen and see the facility is on high alert. In a place of a simple data vault, it seems you stumbled upon some kind of massive underground complex. A map of the holdfast grounds indicates that security forces are en route from multiple angles. Doors currently being rebooted from the system's restore process are flashing a dull red. If you're reading the display correctly, the only exit from the room is Holdfast's old service entrance on the western side of the building. At that moment, Ager's image winks on your comm link with a crackling sound, an image grain and flickering. What's going on down there, rookie? Tell me. This really isn't the time for exposition. I can debrief her once we're safe. So no time to explain. We'll be exiting via an old servant's entrance. Exit clear. Her tone is professional. Roger that. Just to face you, her movement smooth and robotic. Her voice comes out, frosty monotone. What's the play, Scrap Rabbit? Monica found a way to open the doors, but it's going to take some time. Dietrich's pained expression lightens a bit. Of course she did. Thanks to her, we might get out of here alive. Now let's find some cover and wait for the door locks to disarm. You know, I'm not feeling very wrathful during this playthrough, so I'm not going to do the whole revenge angle, because we're professionals, and this shit happens, and it sucks, and I fucking called it. Seriously, I called it. Glances over this fallen friend. Thank you, Liebchen. Wish I could have taken her rifle. I mean, I don't mean to sound like an ass, but got 9 turns. Jesus. Oh. 'What?' fear loping towards you is big, even for an orc. The majority of his body is sheathed in a suit of heavy, overlapping plates. What you can see of his face looks raw and slick, like old scar tissue stretched tight over his skull. He wears the expression of supreme confidence. Alright, friends, playtime's over. All you Shadowrunners are the same, skulking, sneaking, steal a vase or two from the museum. No harm. Maybe I'd let you scamper away in the night. But now it's too late for that sort of generosity. Visitors aren't welcome down here. The gaping maw of the minigun jerks upward, an impatient gesture loaded with malice. Drop your weapons and surrender. That's military-grade armor he's wearing, Scrap Rabbit. Hardened against small arms fire. We'll have a tough time getting through it. I'm less concerned about the armor than I am about the minigun. Those things can tear a man in half. You have 3 seconds before I open the hose. Step out here and surrender, and I promise I'll make it easy. Something tells you you're gonna kill something, right? True, I can't deny it. But wouldn't it be easier if you didn't fight back? The orc shrugs, and you hear the distinctive whir of the Vindicator's motor spinning up to speed. The barrels begin to blur as it wheels the weapon to face you. How the fuck am I supposed to... But yeah, so he can buff dudes and he can summon that frickin' spirit, which is pretty awesome. Yes! The door unlocks with a loud click. Your escape route is clear. Howdy. Howdy. Getting out of here. Run for the door! Electrocurrent! Nice. %chance he'll escape, and he still doesn't. That is sweet. Get the fuck out of there, bro. Higa rises from her corpse-strewn perch as at your approach. From the look on her face, it's obvious that she's already sized up the situation. I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it. Oh, it was it? Ager grits her teeth and shakes her head. We can talk about this later. For now, we've got to get the hell out of here. It's only a matter of time before more of them come pouring out of that exit. Ager slaps the side of the van. Pile in, people. Scrap Rabbit. We get back to the cruise bazaar. We're going to have a little talk. Oh, good. Can it be about how you're a punk-ass bitch? The Cruise Bazaar. Kreuzberg, home to nearly 500,000 people and, till very recently, Monica Schaffer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that locals call the Cruise Bazaar. I'm totally mispronouncing that. A safe port in the eye of a storm. The ride back to the Cruise Bazaar is quiet. No one is in a talking mood. As the van veers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of streetlights and neon signs plays across your window, painting the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon the van rounds a corner and skids to a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks from the vehicle and climbs down into a disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing your team safe passage in the crew's bazaar. Your safe house waits on the other side. Game auto-saved. Pretty awesome. Let's get inside. I have control of the situation. Happen fast enough, love. The sooner we get in, the sooner I can get drunk. Another little chat. Okay. So, I thank you for tuning in. I'm going to call it there. This being the first episode, I'm still getting a feel for run times, things like that. I don't know how long these episodes will last. I don't know how much I'm going to keep. Don't know how much I'm going to edit out. We'll see in the final cut. I don't know. Thank you for joining me for this. I do hope to produce more, and I hope to see you there as well. I hope I'm entertaining to watch, and if you have any suggestions for games, feel free to swing them by me. My apologies. Because it's within my power. I mean, if I can get it, play it, probably have fun. I do love video games. They're kind of a big passion of mine. So yeah. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.